with some of you people. I'm sure you can relate with what it's talking about. But I was watching a party movie, one of those movies, house party movies or whatever they were. I don't recall what it was. It was something on digital cable, and they showed a party scene where a bunch of people that were partying and drunk and people acting stupid even though they know what they're doing. I don't care what anybody says. You know, alcohol, I mean, I don't have a professional opinion on it, but, you know what you're doing to a certain level, and I don't care what anybody says. And, you know, some people just use that as an excuse to be something that they know they're not. And they can just use it, you know, they can just blame one of these for it. And I'm not drinking one of these. That was just part of the skit earlier. You know, God forbid, you know, if you act funny or immature or whatever, somebody might not like you anymore and think you're not acting your age, so now you got a bottle to make an excuse out of it. And as I was watching this movie, they showed, you know, a bunch of people being dumb and, you know, being what they want to be and use an excuse, which we rephrase that. And all of a sudden, the guy that was drinking too much, obviously, he got really, really sick, and he was in a stage where he was foaming at the mouth, and he was really sick. And what were the other party goers doing, as drunk as they were? See, we shouldn't have not let this guy get that far. We should know better, blah, blah, blah. We shouldn't do this. See, the point, and I'm just looking at this now in my head, like, this is a continuous thing we all go through, that we all hear. You know, the guy, our prom date, that, you know, our high school friend that got killed over drinking. You know, he had him for graduation. It's, you know, the way I was describing before it even was on the air, you know, you're in 4th grade and you hear your high school people getting drunk and smoking, and you're too young to do that because it just doesn't look right. It's like a baby drinking beer. It just don't look right. So you have to wait until you're in 10th grade to fit in and be at the level, because that's what you're supposed to do. You know, you'll hear parents or people making excuses. Oh, you know, I remember when I was a kid I did that. Or, you know, they're just going for their phases. It seems like you're making your choices that are wrong. I won't smoke, but I'll drink so I get plastered off my head and do something wrong. And then I'll have my do something wrong when I grow up to tell my older friends I did something wrong. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think it's really stupid if you have to go that far to impress people. I think it's just dumb. And you're not impressing friends, you know. There's a skit that I got on Ha. It's a drunk scene, and it's, you know, it's pretty much backstabbers are in it. There are people encouraging the guy to get drunker. Guys calling them names behind their back and then turn around and being friends with them. And that's what party goers are. I mean, and you gotta admit, at home, you laughed at somebody that was doing something dumb. And you know, thank God, you're saying, thank God it wasn't me. And you're laughing, and this guy you've been friends with for many years, and you're laughing at him. You know what I mean? And then the part of your heart that you don't want to show to the other people in your party group is that you're scared that something's going to happen wrong. But you don't want to admit that because alcohol is cool and you learned about it growing up, and you knew once you were at that certain age, you were allowed to do it because you're not a baby no more. You know, you got so many people. It's an ongoing story. I can make so much footage off of this story alone because it's so repetitive and it just doesn't stop. You know, you got so many people saying, oh, you know, even about dating and about, and I said it for such a long time on my show, I tried to think of something different, but it's just repetitive, and it's, you know, it's today and it's tomorrow.